Mary Trump, the niece of Donald Trump, says that her uncle is going to continue to grift from his supporters until they have absolutely nothing left. And what's interesting, she wrote this in her Substack, and she was specifically talking about the fact that Truth Social stock, as we all know, totally bottomed out this week. $12 a share. Donald Trump's paper gains have been totally wiped out, according to Barron's. It's a horrible situation. But most of the people investing in this, which they're calling a meme stock, are not high-profile millionaire, billionaire Wall Street investors. No, it's the mom and pop people. It's the people that go to Trump rallies. It's the people that don't have 2 pennies to rub together to make a fire when it gets cold. It's people who have virtually nothing, and some of them put their life savings into Donald Trump's Trump Media Technology stock, and they've now lost everything. And she says we kind of have to have a little bit of sympathy for them, and this is what she wrote. It might be tempting to dismiss the pain of Donald's supporters who've lost their life savings or retirement accounts because they trusted this grifter. But we should remember that Donald doesn't care if he bleeds every single one of his supporters dry. He doesn't care if they can't afford it or if they lose their retirement savings because they put their trust in him. He only cares that he emerges from the Truth Media debacle unscathed, which he will because there's always somebody there to bail him out. Now not that part, but I disagree with her. I actually mentioned in a segment the other day, I've lost all sympathy for these people. We've warned you. For 9.5 years, we have warned you. You have seen the fates of everybody else that got involved with him, either legally or financially. And if you can look at all of that, if you look at his history of bankruptcies, the fact that he's not a tech guy, but he started a social media company, should have been your first clue this was a bad investment. I have no sympathy for you. And I actually almost feel bad that I have no sympathy for you, but I don't. We warned you. You chose to ignore the obvious, to ignore the signs, and to continue following this Pied Piper grifter off a cliff like a lemming. And I know that's not how that actually happened with the lemmings, by the way, but the point is, there were warnings. All of us were telling you, you thought you were smarter, you thought you knew better, you thought it was just because we hated Trump, and now you've got nothing. But that's not stopping the grift, because this week alone, Donald Trump announced 2 new products that he is selling to his supporters that, again, are already facing bankruptcy. First, it was the coins, the silver coins that he is selling for a 210% markup, which typically on silver, which is what these coins are, there is only a $10 markup historically, but he's selling them at a 210% markup, and they have Trump's face on one side, his signature on the other, selling for $100 a piece to people who don't have $100 to spare, but by God, they're going to find it and they're going to buy it. And then, even worse grift came along later in the week. And there's a funny story behind this grift, but let me tell you what this grift is. Donald Trump announced that he was selling a collection of 147 gold Trump watches. It is the Trump Watch Collection. Each of the 147 watches bears his signature. And if you want to buy the full 147 watch set, it's a cool bargain at $100,000. $100,000 for 147 cheap gold watches that even jewelry experts came out this week and said these are crap. I mean, that's literally a quote from a jewelry expert here in the United States. These are crap. But he's selling them, and he's selling them for $100,000. Now, if you want to buy individual ones, the prices do start at $499. So you'd better believe that there will be MAGA freaks out there, possibly leveraging their houses, taking out HELOCs in order to get $100,000 because I got to buy all them watches. I got to buy all them coins. I already bought all the NFTs. I got my Trump sneakers on. I got my Trump Bible right here. What more can I do? That's how they think. And of course, that is why, contrary to Mary Trump, who I do like and respect, but I have no sympathy for these people. They're making these horrible financial choices on their own. Nobody's forcing them to do it. Everybody's literally telling them it's stupid. But they're still doing it. Now, here's the kicker. As I said, there is a funny part to the crappy gold watch story. And here's what it is. On the same day that Donald Trump announced that he was selling these 147 watches for $100,000, right before he made that announcement, his wife, former First Lady Melania Trump, went on Fox News, on Fox and Friends, and complained about the fact that average people can't even afford groceries anymore. They can't afford basic necessities. Here's what she said. How I see it is, the record speaks for itself. The country is suffering. People are not able to buy the usual necessities for their families. We have wars going on around the world. Soldiers are dying. They were dying under this administration because of weak leadership. The border is open and dangerous. I think the American people need to decide what they really want. Maybe some strong tweets, but everything else great for this country. So it's all in the American people's hands on November 5th. So Melania Trump, the wife of an alleged billionaire, is out there saying, people can't afford basic necessities. Trump will help you afford basic necessities. How? Do you think $100,000 for 147 watches is a basic necessity? Do you think a coin with your husband's big fat dumb face on it is a necessity for $100? Do you think a $400 pair of golden sneakers with red soles made in sweatshops, you think that is a basic necessity? Do you think a Bible with your husband's signature on it is a basic necessity for people? Because again, those are all things that Donald Trump has been selling. Your husband is doing this from your home where you live. I know you don't have the same bedroom as him, but you should still know what he's doing. And you're out there telling us that people are suffering and can't afford basic necessities while your husband is effectively robbing them blind. So, I don't have sympathy. I have anger. I have anger towards Melania for trying to act like, oh, things are so horrible and everybody is doing poorly because Trump's not in office. And her husband's out there grifting. So I have anger towards Donald as well because he keeps grifting these people. And I can be mad at him for grifting them and still have no sympathy for the people being grifted. Because this man will continue to the end of his days to sell you crap that you don't need. Because that's what he's always done. Trump water, Trump vodka, Trump steaks, Trump airlines, Trump University. I mean, my God, the list is endless. A bunch of crap you don't need, but you will continue to buy because for some reason you think this man is the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. And by the way, if you'd actually read what's in the Trump Bible, you'd know that everything Trump is doing is essentially a one-way ticket to hell. That's what that book says. He clearly hasn't read it either. And by God, we are just one step away from Donald Trump literally trying to engage in money changing right there in the temple. I mean, that's how far away from the Bible he actually is. But that's also how big of a grifter he has become. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.